Hey everyone, today we are happy to announce the first major patch of the server since the open beta launch. The name of this patch is the Striking Back patch. We named it so because all major changes fit this theme, and this video will explain the new mechanics. If this is your first time here, this channel focuses on multiplayer sim gameplay, so if you're into that, please subscribe. The first and largest change to this patch is the addition of road bases. These road bases are significant because they will cut down on flight times for players that choose to lift from them.
Rearming complete.
Now the purpose of these bases is to give you a choice. You can lift and get into the fight quicker, but you will have worse weapons. We want to incentivize players that can fight up at altitude, so we're going to give an advantage to people that come out of the main bases or the forward airfields. If you come out of a road base, you will not be able to get the AIM-9P5 or the R60M. You will only be able to get the AIM-9P and the R60. On top of that, the triple racks for Mavericks on the A-10 have been removed from road bases. All planes can land and rearm at these road bases. Now, these bases look beautiful, and Dead Sea went through a lot of detail into making them, so they look great. On top of that, they're marked on the map. The arrows show the direction that you should use when trying to land at them, and at the very tip of the arrow shows where the road base actually begins. These arrows are only visible to your own side. We recommend using the ATC channel when landing at these road bases. The roads can be quite small, so if you're trying to land and lift at the same time with two different planes, it'll be a disaster. Please note that the F5 start hot at these airfields. This is because of a limitation with DCS. Now with the naming convention, all aircraft except the Su-25 and the A-10 require a 4-sector buffer in order to live. So Blue Road Base 10 means that Sector 10 must be owned by Blue in order for all aircraft to lift there. A-10s can keep spawning there up until that road base sector is actually captured. The second change to this patch is a major fix on how the side's health is calculated. This is a huge change that will be felt after you play for a while. The rear depots or industrial targets were not calculating correctly, so people were actually spending a significant amount of time flying back and hitting them, and the impact on the front line was dramatically understated, which we don't want to have. We want players to have the choice to be able to do strategic gameplay to have a huge impact on the map. And this goes back to the striking back theme. If a side is losing and they can't get enough aircraft over the front line, then they can be smart and go and hit the rear targets to really pound the other side. Remember that the rear industrial targets account for 30% of a side's health. Front depots are also worth more, but by a slight increase. We also have a quality of life change that we've made. The labels on the rear and front depots cannot be deleted anymore, so they'll always be there, so it'll be easy to find the targets. We have also made a change to the AI bomber flight. They will be more reliably reaching the rear depots. The SAM site should not be downing them as often. I'm keeping this obscure because I don't want to spoil the surprise. You need to get these bombers or your rear depot will get shredded. FARPs and forward airfield defenses now respawn after about 1 hour. Even though this change is now in the game, we are not allowing users to bomb or strafe forward airfield or FARPs. Vulturing is okay, but no strafing or bombing. Road bases are free game. This patch marks the first major patch out of 3 that we have identified that we need in order to be at the full version of server 1.0, if you will. The server staff has been extremely hard at work. Please make sure you take the time to thank them when you see them on the server, and please keep in mind that they are all people with full-time jobs and they're just doing this as a hobby. We are very happy that the server is resonating well, but it is it's very intense also. We didn't expect 50 plus people to be on the server, so it's amazing to see. It's very motivating. So this is why we really sat down, even on a holiday weekend, to crank out this patch, because we want to show everyone that we're very invested in this. We're going to take time after this release to see how the user flows are, what happens with the fighting, and to just to get some data, and then this will inform our next decision. The next major patch up will be helicopters, and we want to make sure that we include missions that have an impact on the front line but don't necessarily require helicopters being on the front line or attacking the front line. This will take us some time to make, but this will be our next major focus. Let me know what you think about these changes in the comments below, and if you like the server or channel, please consider subscribing. This channel acts as a tool to reach more people, to get more people onto the server. So if you support the channel, you'll support the server. Thanks and have a good one. Thank you. Bye-bye.